Wow, 2016 has ended, and not the best year for movies, but hey, what can you do, right? But there were 10 movies that I thought were good, and some of them were even fantastic. And that is what I'm here to talk about with you guys today. But the thing is, I have not seen certain films that came out this year. I missed Moonlight in theaters, unfortunately. Silence hasn't came around in theaters near me. Neither has Patriots Day, Jackie. So, unfortunately, I haven't seen those films yet. But guys, without further ado, let me talk about the 10 films that I did see this year that did impact me in some way or another. And as usual, guys, you guys know my scale. It's based off of rewatchability, sometimes ratings, but there are a couple films that I did rate higher than the other ones, but they still have more of an impact, so they made it higher up on the list. And as always, guys, art over entertainment in some cases, so keep that in mind. So, number 10, guys, is Nocturnal Animals, which is an art house film and an interesting drama in itself. A story within a story. It's something that you don't really see too often in films. Obviously, you've seen it before, but not like this. And once you've seen this movie, you can't get it out of your head. The opening scene is a bit awkward and a bit much, but it is interesting. And when you see the film, you'll know what I'm saying. Number 9 is the complete opposite end of the spectrum. It is a safe film, but at the same time, it's dealing with a lot of themes that, for a Disney film, it's interesting to see this splash on the screen. And that film is Zootopia, dealing with social class, gender roles, race, with animals. It's very interesting, and it's like, to see this in a Disney film, it's interesting, and that's what I liked about the film mostly. The last 20 minutes wasn't the best, but hey, it's an animated film, so you can't really put too much pressure on it. But still, guys, it's good for the family, and I watched it by myself, and I thought it was really good. But guys, number 8, better film than Zootopia, Midnight Special, which is also a film you can watch with your family. And I've seen this twice, and I thought it was really good, especially on the second viewing. It's dealing with aliens, extraterrestrial, and just kind of like everything that revolves around it. It's almost honestly like Close Encounters. Not as good, but it's still a very interesting film and very underrated. You really don't hear too much about this film, unfortunately. Which is also the case with my number 7, which is The Nice Guys. And The Nice Guys is a film that really should get more attention because, in my opinion, it was the best blockbuster of the summer. It was entertaining, it was funny, it was clever, it was witty. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, the banter between them was excellent and superb. I would love to see a sequel with this film, and that's saying something because I don't like seeing sequels oftentimes. Number 6 is Sing Street, which is an independent film that harkens back to the 1980s almost, with its themes of teens and basically how you can do anything if you have a big heart. And that's not like Forrest Gump where you can pretty much do anything because you're a person. With Sing Street, it says if you have talent, put it on screen, do something with it, and it will work out for you probably in the end. And that's not spoiling the film because there is some detours in this film that I wasn't really expecting. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix and so worth watching. So worth watching. Number 5 is also a film, obviously worth watching. This is Mel Gibson's Hacksaw Ridge. I was blown away by this film, honestly. On the surface, it's a simple story, but it is the directing and the acting that really puts this film above levels. And I originally wasn't a fan of the way they shot this film, but I'd say after the first 20 minutes, I got used to it, and I was like, okay, I can get used to this. This is very interesting, and the battle scenes, it really does harken back to Saving Private Ryan. It is gritty, it is brutal, very realistic, and yeah, you got to check it out if you can. And another film that you have to check out, complete opposite end, because it's a feel-good film, and probably the movie that's going to win Best Picture. Number 4 is La La Land. La La Land really put a smile on my face. Most films do not do that, so to see this film put a smile on my face, obviously made me happy. But to see everyone else in the theater also kind of have a smile on their face, it's like, wow. It's like, how often do you see a film that puts a smile on your face and harkens back to the 1950s where musicals were plentiful? Now you see musicals, but usually they're very serious. And this film does deal with serious themes, but it also had a lot of comedy, wit, and romance, which was interesting. And Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling were great together. The chemistry between them, sublime. Number 3, complete opposite of La La Land. Very serious, very somber, and very slow, but in the best of ways. Manchester by the Sea. This is a Boston drama starring Casey Affleck, for those of you who don't know, and it is by far one of the biggest films for like the Academy Award type crowd that are always hungering for movies that are, catering to the older crowd. And I got a hold of that film, and I have to say, from the opening scene to the end, I was mesmerized. It was very interesting to see these characters go about realistic interactions instead of stuff that you can tell that the scriptwriter thought of. It was just very natural, it was very realistic, and the characters were very well developed, and they didn't have arcs that you saw coming. They had arcs where it was like, okay, that I could see actually happen in real life, and that is why I'm glad they went about it that way. Number 2 and number 3, I had a difficult time going back and forth with which number 2 would be. But I kind of decided that it would be The Witch, because The Witch has more power. It has more oomph to it. It's only 90 minutes, and it brings a lot of fear to the audience, in my opinion, and it is a horror film that you don't see too often nowadays. It doesn't rely on buckets of gore or jump scares or cheap directing tricks. It relies on genuine directing and genuine acting. And it almost reminded me of The Revenant with the way they shot it. So to see The Revenant type cinematography in a horror film, that is something you don't see too often. And I definitely can tell you, you will remember this film if you can appreciate genuine horror over blood. And I'm going to end with that. But number 1, guys, this is the film that I can see myself rewatching. It's the film that's probably going to be added to my Blu-ray collection as soon as it comes out. That is Arrival. Arrival is a film that, let's face it, is on the surface similar to Midnight Special, dealing with aliens and E.T. and extraterrestrial, but like that film, in my opinion, it kind of delves deeper into it and is more meaningful and better. It deals with it in a cerebral aspect, dealing with the thoughts and ideas behind all that, rather than the action, like explosions that like other films with aliens revolve around, where basically a linguist has to solve this, and the twist at the end, it is very smart. A lot of people kind of say it's kind of like Interstellar. I actually think it's better than Interstellar. And Interstellar is one of my favorite films of 2014. So, if you liked Interstellar, I think you probably will like Arrival better. But yeah, guys, that's my list of 2010. I mean, not 2010, my bad. 2016 is my top 10 list. So, thank you very much for watching. And guys, you are the best. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.